Alright, so I ended up getting a new planer here. I went with the Grizzly Polar Bear series 15-inch planer with a single blade. I didn't go with the Helix cutter head because I didn't want to spend the additional $600. Plus, every once in a while I plane rough lumber and sometimes there's nails in that and I don't want to knock a head loose because then you can throw the whole thing out of alignment. And with a single blade you just replace it and you can pretty much be done. Actually, it's a really nice tool. It's extremely heavy. It's about 600 pounds. Comes with a mobile base, some cast iron wings. The transmission is incredibly smooth on the raising and lowering. It'll actually plane 8 full inches, which is crazy. I didn't even realize that until after I bought it. This was only about $1,000, which is actually pretty reasonable. The design, this planer design is a standard design. You'll see it with Jet, you'll see it with a bunch of different folks, so you know when you're buying a tool, don't ever buy a new design, always buy a standard design. This is a standard design. Grizzly's been making this for a while, they just changed the color. It's got a 2-speed transmission at 30 feet per minute and 16 feet per minute. I'm usually doing 16 feet per minute going slower. It's got lockdowns here to keep the bed at the same height. It's got a 4-inch dust port. And then it's got these rollers to push the board across when you're doing it, if you're doing a really long board. Overall, it's a great tool. The cabinet is sealed with the motor. You know, when it comes shipped to me, I'll pull the cover off and get all the different pieces out, you know, like the flywheel and the wings. When I got it first, cleaning it is a real pain. It's sealed in that anti-rust material, and it's actually pretty easy to clean, but it's kind of a pain in the sense that you just spray the WD-40 on, which is the degreaser, wipe it down with the cloth, and it takes off all the only thing that I really dislike is that they place that same stuff on the inside as well, so you got to clean the cutter head as well. When you're cleaning the cutter head, you got to be really careful. The blades are extremely sharp. And the rollers, the feed rollers are actually covered in that stuff. So before you start actually planing wood, you got to clean it off or take a couple junk boards and pass them through. Overall, it's a pretty nice tool for $1,000. This Delta that I've been using here, I've had it about 7 or 8 years. It's great. You know, it's also a 2-speed planer, but I was really needing 15-inch width. Drum sander I have just wasn't cutting it. I had burned up a couple belts because I was trying to get too aggressive. So this should speed up my processes. You know, with the 300 board feet of Korina that I've got, this will help me process it really quick. What's really nice about the in-feed and out-feed tables is they bolt in. There's 3 bolts here, and there's 2 screws on the outside that actually raise and lower the table so you get perfectly level. And all I did is I took a level, put it on this side, and then just picked up this table to get it level. It worked out really nice. So this is a piece of Korina. The tool leaves a beautiful finish. There's nothing like having sharp blades. You know, you can just go over and sand this. It does leave a couple roller marks, but since you're roughing this out, it's not that big of a deal. When you set the board up correctly, you won't get any snipe on either end. Playing with this yesterday, got a little bit of snipe, but when I ran it through on this side, which is now level, I don't get any snipe. So it's a really nice tool. Really happy with it. For $1,000, incredible deal. Surprisingly, they do put a cord on the machine when you get it. I ended up taking that off and putting a new cord on because I've got about a 15-foot run. The cord's only about 5 feet long, so it is somewhat useless. But overall, really nice machine, great quality, heavy, sturdy. Overall, I think it's a great tool. and definitely recommend it if you're in the market for a 15-inch planer and you can't find something used on eBay.